Welcome to day 6 of the 7 days from being stuck to unstuck challenge. Today we're going to talk about awareness and really about your awareness around your levels of stress. Because if we can't build up a resilience to our stress and really deal and manage with our stress, then it really does keep us stuck. Wow. So, stress, what does it do? What do we mean when we're talking about stress? The first thing I want you to know is that stress is actually one of the leading causes of death in our culture today because it directly relates to heart disease, obesity, migraines, high cholesterol, all those biggies that we worry about can be managed if we can manage our stress. It even accelerates our aging because basically our lifespan depends on how many years our hearts can hold up to the pressures of unresolved stress. So, what is stress? Stress is really an imbalance of hormones that is actually, and these hormones are actually regulated by your heart, not by your brain. And that's why I think it's so important to talk about your heart and how our hearts can help us manage our stress. Also, I want you to know that stress is not the situation that we're in, but really it is the emotional response that we have to the situation that we're in. That's how, if managed, we can get into all kinds of situations and manage them and not be totally stressed out about it. When I say situations, there's the obvious situations that you would think about when it comes to stress, like maybe paying your bills or fighting in a relationship, not meeting deadlines at work. But what about the little stressors? The problems that like never seem to go away. Um, that just kind of stick in the back of our minds. The neighbor's dog that barks all the time, slow internet, an inability to make decisions. It's these little stressors that really accelerate our aging process. I have also found that one of the best ways to keep us unstuck and to manage our stress is really through the power of our hearts. I'm very, very passionate about this also. In particular, using the tools and techniques from heart math, and I am also a heart math coach. I had a client and she had the simple problem of she needed to buy a new car, but she also was trying to save up to buy a new house and save up for the down payment on a new house. And this was actually keeping her up at night. So this is kind of what I'm talking about, these smaller stresses. That's not the great big horrible moment that you're in, but it's these things, these thoughts that just gnaw away at us. So I taught her some heart math techniques. We worked together and really learned about the power of her heart. And then I guided her through what is called a cut through technique. And in this instance, she was able to shift into neutral and she became the observer of what was going on. And then she was able to kind of watch herself doing this cut through technique and gain some really insight. And this time you get really calm and centered and actually listen to what your heart is saying. Your heart actually knows the answer to your question quicker than your brain does. So when she was able to listen to her heart, what she figured out was that really there was going to be bigger consequences by not buying the car. And in fact, if she didn't buy the car, she wasn't going to be able to go to work or do some other things that were going to enable her to save the money for the down payment. But in that stressful moment, sometimes, you just can't figure it out. It sounds very simple, but how often do you really let your stress just keep you stuck? It really does happen. So then she also learned the quick coherence technique. And so when she actually went to buy the car, she had all kinds of decisions that she had to make. What color, what add-ons did she want? Was the price right? What dealer did she go to? So every obstacle that she came across, she used the quick coherence technique. And she ended up driving away with the car that she really wanted. And no, without any lingering stress at all, and is really enjoying that car today. The challenge for day 6 is to really become aware of your stress, big stresses and little stressors. I want you to do this in a manner that you become aware of your energy reserves versus your energy drains. This is really the key to managing stress, is to manage your resilience to stress. So I want you to do a daily review. Definitely do it today on this day of the challenge, but also if you can incorporate this into your life and do this daily, it will make a huge difference. So first of all, number one, I want you to be aware of and even list the things that happened to you today that gave you energy. So if you had an emotional bank, what gave you energy? How were you able to make deposits into that bank? This is a list of your assets. And then number 2 is I want you to look at the things throughout your day that depleted your energy. What took away from your stored reserves? These are your deficits when it comes to stress. And then you have to ask yourself the question, did this balance out? Because what you really want to be doing is building your resilience. So you really want more deposits, more assets than you want deficits in your stress bank. Some examples. It's really not, again, it's not the situation, but it's how you handled it. So say reading emails, did you find that they were funny and brought you good news? Or were they emails about, that you are owe a bill that you didn't expect to be, that you were going to have to pay right away, or that it was bigger or something like that? And then the key to that is, how did you react to that email? What emotion did you attach to that email? Say you're cooking dinner and you could either be energized because you're providing a delicious meal for your family, or are you stressed because you forgot an onion and you had to go, you had to get dinner on before the band concert or something like that? So it's the same situation, but it is the emotion that you attach or tie to the event or the situation that actually causes your stress. So for the challenge today, these are the ways I want you to approach your stress and the events that happen in your life today. See how that sits with you. It really is amazing to me, the power of our hearts. Our hearts are actually developed in the womb before our brain, and our hearts send a lot of signals to our brain to release the hormones that govern our bodies. Our hearts are powerful. They actually have their own set of neurotransmitters in your heart. It's not just an organ that pumps your blood. It is your heart. So I love heart math, and that's naturally why I have incorporated that into my practice as well. So I either offer that as part of the hypnotherapy program or as standalone coaching. So tomorrow is day 7, and I'm excited about that. But before we get to day 7, I just hope that you have gotten a lot out of the last 6 days, and that you've learned a lot, that you have some insights that you've been able to write down in your journal, and that you have some aha moments and some takeaways. I know you have, because you've been sharing those with me. If you are interested in exploring the possibilities of taking this further, of possibly working with me one-on-one, then the next step is to click the button and go to my booking calendar, where you can book a free breakthrough session with me. We can spend an hour or so talking, and during this time, the biggest thing is that I will get to know you even better. When I can understand your issues and offer you personalized solutions, then you can really get unstuck and overcome your challenges. So again, to book this session, there's no cost and there's no obligation. We'd have to really see if we're a good fit for each other. And so I really encourage you to book a free discovery session with me. And in the meantime, until tomorrow, Have a great day. I am just so happy that I was able to get outside and share this with you today.